This is the SAU Report, a program featuring interviews with the faculty, staff, students, and alumni of Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.
Welcome to this edition of the SAU Report. I'm Kerry Bubien, and today our guest is Wendy Morgan, the Assistant Dean of Students here at Southern Arkansas University. Wendy is getting ready for SAU's Spring Fling, the annual event that is held in the springtime, and it is also held in the mall area of the campus. Welcome, Wendy, and I'm glad to have you here today.
I appreciate being here.
Wendy, can you tell our viewers what exactly Spring Fling is and how many years you have been involved in this event?
Okay, well, this is actually my third year here at Southern Arkansas University to work with Spring Fling. And Spring Fling is really an opportunity for the SAU students and staff and faculty to come out and enjoy themselves for the day. They can relax and unwind and participate in different events. It's also an opportunity for our community members to come out and speak with the students, to get involved with the students and staff, and give the students and everybody here at the university an idea of what they have to offer here in the community.
As far as community people are involved, what types of community leaders are involved?
We have a variety of types. There's always room for more. Right now we have a variety of the banks that are coming out. We have some of the organizations such as the food places and some of the retail that are going to come out and be with us this year. But there's always plenty of time for other people to come out and reserve some space, and it doesn't cost anything.
So you have a lot of last minute people calling you and saying, hey, you know,
always.
I'd like to participate.
Always. There's always the last minute coming in, but we plan for that and we make sure that there's spots available for them.
Well, that's good. For an annual event this size, about how many people have been working with you on this event, and how much work does it take to make such an event such a success?
Well, I appreciate that you think it's a success. Quite a number of people. We have over 100 people that are actively participating and working on this event, and that doesn't even include all the student organizations that reserve table space, the university departments that receive table space, and the other community groups or organizations that come out and get a table. So over 100 students are actively involved in reserving the space, making sure tables will get set up. Our physical plant is integral to providing power, setting up the stage, making sure that happens. And we end with a barbecue, so our Marriott is our food division here, is also integral in making sure that food is provided to the students and that they have a good experience for dinner. So
far I know there was deadlines and sheets passed out to student organizations as far as if they were going to set up a booth or not. So far, can you tell me how many have filled out their applications and are doing something for Spring Fling?
Well, as of this morning, we had about 105 different types of activities that were going to be happening at this Spring Fling. And yes, we do have deadlines that I ask people to participate in and adhere to. However, we're not going to turn people away. If there is space, we'll make sure that they get a spot out there.
Okay. As soon as the students see all the commotion going on, you know, this special day, I know that I would ditch my classes to attend this because I would not want to miss out on the fun. Do you feel that the professors on the campus understand and maybe give some leeway that day?
Well, what we have to remember is that the students are here primarily to get an education and that their academics should be first and foremost. And I hope that no student would cut their classes to come out to have a good time. That's why we've scheduled the event. It goes all day long. It goes from noon all the way in through the evening. So no matter what, even if you've got classes until 4, you're still going to have a good experience and come out afterwards. As far as the professors giving leeway, I think we do have some professors that bring their classes out for specific events, and some of the activities that you're going to see again at Spring Fling will be academic in nature. We have the art department throwing clay and doing some demonstrations. The jazz ensemble will be opening for us and performing at noon. So it is an academic and also co-curricular event for those students. So we do have faculty that participate to a great deal, but for no reason would I want students to come out, so don't do that.
So you basically try and arrange the event around some of the students' schedules. I know, you know, classes are in the morning, some classes are in the afternoon. So are your major events going to be happening in the afternoon? Are they going to be happening in the morning? You know, so that way some students aren't left out.
Well, nothing starts until noon for Spring Fling. There is a housing fair going on in the morning, but that is separate. The spring fling activities happen all afternoon, so hopefully you'll be able to catch something. Now, I have had a lot of feedback this year about the Tuesday selection for spring fling, and students would rather have it on a Wednesday. So next year we are going to schedule it on a Wednesday, and that's just due to student feedback.
Okay. So what are some of the different activities that the students can be looking forward to this year?
We've got some great things. Well, I'm not going to tell you everything because I want it to be a surprise. But we do have many student organizations that have come together to sponsor the event and make it even better, including the Student Government Association, which is again sponsoring t-shirts to encourage participation. If your organization is sponsoring a spot, you get some free t-shirts for your organization. Again, this year we're going to have some community dance groups coming out and performing, and that's always a lot of fun. We're going to have large-scale novelty acts from Impact again. I'm not going to tell you what those are because I want it to be a surprise. And also the agriculture, the Collegiate FFA Club has really come through this year and have sponsored a radio station to come out.
I know one of my favorites was the karate, some of the karate organizations in town. They brought their classes out and did demonstrations. Are they also coming out this year?
You know, I haven't heard back from them this year. We did have a call into them. That doesn't mean it won't happen.
Right.
And it doesn't mean it won't be a surprise once we get there. So.
Right. Okay. Can you tell the viewers what are some of the organizations that are helping you as far as getting this annual event out and to make it a success?
Mm-hmm. Impact, which is the activities board on campus, and student government associations are from year to year the main sponsors of it. In addition to them this year, we have Chi Alpha coming back again, and they're expanding their miniature golf course to a 9-hole miniature golf course, so it is fantastic. In addition to all that this year, again, the Collegiate FFA has been integral to bringing large scale. I don't want to start going into a dozen or so because I'm sure I'm going to leave out people because, as I said, there's over 100 already scheduled. But we do have the jazz ensemble performing, as I mentioned. We have Encore again performing because they're always a big hit out there on the stage. And the BSA, the Black Student Association, is hosting a fashion show during dinner, which is different this year.
Okay. I know that you must have a favorite activity, Wendy, because I know you're still young at heart. Could you tell me what activity that might be?
Well, I really enjoy just having an opportunity to have a large-scale, fun, carnival-style entertainment happening. I always enjoy the organizations that come out and surprise me last minute with a big event. And this year, we have organizations that have come out. Sigma Pi has come out with a dunking booth, and we've got...
Are we dunking teachers here?
You know, they won't tell me who exactly is going to be in it, so it is going to be a surprise to me as well as everyone else. I think they're pushing for some upper administration to get in there, so we'll see how that goes. But really, the most fun to me is just seeing people attend.
Do you feel like you're too busy to enjoy the events yourself, almost like you're running around making sure everything's, going all right?
Well, it's not just me that's putting it on.
Right.
I have a fantastic staff and fantastic student groups, and without their assistance and support, this activity would not happen. They are the ones that really make sure it happens and contribute to the success. So as a result of their fantastic efforts, I'm the one that I'm able just to mill around and visit with students and visit with organizations and make sure things are going well, but they are able to give me that time to really enjoy it.
Right.
So it's really due to them.
So as far as the Marriott food service, what can we be looking forward to as far as them coming out to Spring Fling this year? Same type of thing, food setup, examples of food for the various...
They're going to start off the day with the housing fair. As I mentioned earlier, the housing fair is starting at 9 before Spring Fling, and that's an opportunity for students to sign up for their housing for fall, and there's lots of great prizes that are giving out. Dean Corson is the one that's handling that in our office. Marriott will be organizing the food part for that. They will also be coming out and hosting the barbecue dinner. They've secured guest cookers, and we'll be having barbecues out there and an entire barbecue and seated around, again, the fashion show.
Okay. I've been hearing on the radio that 94.5, the big dog from Shreveport, will also be at Spring Fling, and I've heard students talking about it around campus as of today. What are your feelings about this?
I'm very excited to have it. I mentioned the radio station earlier. The Collegiate FFA, this was their idea, and they came to Impact and wanted to co-sponsor it. And Impact put in a little money, they put in the majority of it, and were able to bring 94.5 out for a live broadcast between 12 and 4. During that time, we're going to do stunts, those stunts to win prizes, to go live on air, and what will happen is that 94.5 talent will break 3 times per hour and go live to the action at Spring Fling. And they will set up the stunts, we'll actually do them on air and give out prizes and activities during that time.
That'll be exciting.
I'm looking forward.
How far in advance do you plan for this event?
Well, it starts the day after Spring Fling the previous year. And so we start with reserving the facilities and securing some locations and power needs.
Okay. If an activity does not go over well, or you see something that just is not flying with the students, is there some type of questionnaire? I know you had mentioned that you do get feedback, but is there certain people that you're in touch with that you make changes for the next year?
There's no set questionnaire that's distributed to the student body, if that's some of the things you're referring to. However, the student group Impact and the student group Student Government Association are the main sponsors, as I mentioned, and they have a lot of feedback from their student members and then the constituency that the student government represents. So we sit down and we reflect after the activity what went well, what didn't go well. We solicit ideas from the student body, and then Impact, when they plan for the large novelty type entertainment for next year, will go reach out and ask for some suggestions from the students and faculty for their ideas.
Okay. So some of the ideas that came about this year may have been from the feedback last year.
Oh, definitely, and ideas from both staff, students, and faculty.
Okay. Do you find a lot of faculty roaming around more so?
You do. You find a lot of faculty coming out between 12 and 1:30 are information tables. And that's an opportunity for our student organizations, if they don't want to do a big game or big event or sell something and they just want to give out some information about themselves, they can come set up a table. Also the same thing for university departments. Many of our departments have specific student services that it's a benefit for the students to know. And our departments do a wonderful job getting out and saying, hey, it's important that the students know this, and they use it as a public relations time to come out and meet some of the upperclassmen as well as freshmen, not just during the Mule Ride Around It, but at Spring Fling, and just let them know what services they have to offer, what the students are already paying for in their tuition, and just to do public service there. In addition to the departments, the faculty can also set up information tables. We limit the time for information tables so a faculty member or a university department won't have to shut down their department to come out and participate.
Right. Wendy, how much money does the school put into Spring Fling, and where does the money come from?
Well, all the money used for the novelty acts or the T-shirts or anything like that is actually your student activity fee that you pay along with every other student that pays on the campus. And how much is spent is decided in the Student Government Association when they approve budgets for both Impact and their budget approval for the following year. This year we have approximately $5,000 or so that is spent, and that includes money for the T-shirts, which is over $2,000 for T-shirts, as well as the Impact novelty events that put on. My office budget, we do pull out things for advertising and ads, as well as flyers in their boxes, posters, things like that.
So how long have you been advertising for Spring Fling?
I'd say we've been actively advertising the last month or so. Letters go out to student organizations and advisors soliciting their participation. Letters go out to all the university departments and faculty, again soliciting their participation. And we make calls to the Chamber of Commerce and the Main Street Magnolia to ask them to participate.
Okay. Wendy, the curiosity is getting the best of me, and I want to know what the biggest event is that the students and myself can look forward to that's going to happen this year. Could you let me in on that?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to tell you the biggest event. I will tell you that it will be fast and furious all day long, from noon on till 6 o'clock at least. We have people that are still scheduling stage performances well into the evening. So I'm not going to let any particular event, but you can guarantee that no matter when you come out after noon, there will be something happening and some activity for you to participate in, whether that's a novelty act through Impact, or we've got balloon artists happening, and an opportunity for photo ops with your friends.
Okay. How many students throughout the day really do stop and participate, do you estimate?
We estimate approximately 1,500 to 2,000 people overall, that includes students, faculty, and staff, will come through the event. This year, I'm expecting slightly more. We have 3 big visitations happening this time, where we've got high school people or people from other areas that are coming on campus, and it just happened to hit that day. So I think we're expecting at least 2,000 people this year to come through.
That's really good. What are some of your concerns when you put on an event like this or plan for an event like this?
Well, the weather is always a concern, and we're still nervously watching the weather. If for some reason it would rain, the activities will be inside the Bruce Center. Scale down, some of the water slides won't happen. So,
or water slides.
Water slides, yes, they are happening. But some of the larger events will be limited or scaled down if it does rain. So really the weather is my largest concern. Following that, it would just be that the normal day-to-day things that would normally happen in activities, where things are scheduled and do they get set up on time, power needs and such.
Well, if the weather is a factor that day and you do move it into the Bruce Center, you know that will hurt your participation as well, you know, as far as students go, because they'd rather do it outside than inside. So, you know, wouldn't that be a big concern of yours?
It is a large concern, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about the weather.
Right.
So we do move it inside. We secure all the information that we get from the novelty acts before we confirm with them. They are able to do it inside as well as out, so that's not a problem. They won't be shut down. 94.5 can broadcast inside as well. So we're hoping that by advertising and having some things outside pointing the way in, people will still be interested in it, and just the ability to get on air might entice people to come on.
Do you feel that this year will be better than last?
I don't know whether any year is particularly better. I think they're all different, and depends on the experiences that each student has as they come out. I think no matter what, if a student takes the time, or staff or faculty member takes the time to come out, gather some information, participate, visit some people, you're going to have a good time no matter what. And that really is dependent upon each person taking upon themselves to come out and experience spring fling. If they don't want to participate as far as a person being at the table helping out and just want to come visit, they will have just as good a time, but they've got to come out and do it.
So what type of food services around the area are coming? I know we had already mentioned that earlier.
Right, we have some pizza places that are going to be coming out and setting up. Marriott will be set up, and we still have some others to confirm that they have a tentative yes, so I'm not going to say that.
So as far as next year, are there anything we can look forward to for next year's Spring Fling?
Right, we've already set the date. It's going to again be April 14th. When I mentioned before that there was a concern about the Tuesday, so we're going to switch it to the Wednesday, so it's again on April 14th. Impact has already secured a caricature cartoonist, so people can just go through and get their caricatures done for free and take it with you and your friends as a souvenir. In addition to that, they are negotiating contracts with a Funflix type MTV video type activity, as well as those pictures that your face is grafted onto covers of magazines and things like that. So they're negotiating for that. And those are 3 of the things that they're thinking about for next year. But that's just the beginning. As I said, we really don't start doing too much for next year until the day after this year's.
Right. So as soon as this is over, you go right into next year. So your work never stops.
No, but it's always fun.
Okay. I know one of my favorites was the Funflix, where you went in and did your dancing and all that. Is that going to be there?
No, we don't have Funflix this year. There was some concerns last year that the long wait in line, and that although it was fun for the people that got to do it, not everybody got to experience it. So we're going to try a few different things this year, and we will probably be able to bring something back like that again next year. So we try to alternate it so that each spring fling is a little bit different.
Okay, as far as the housing fair, I do know that they give away lots of prizes. Could you tell us some of the prizes that they're giving away?
I wish I could. Housing fair is done through Dean Corson's area, and they solicit a variety of things from our generous merchants in the Magnolia area. And as you sign up for your contract, you are able to be in a drawing for the prizes. I know last year they give out things like lamps and other decorator things, as well as certificates for your residence hall room, food certificates for downtown. So they did a good job with that, and I'm expecting them to do just as good this year.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. What's something that you're looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to everything getting underway. We do have a new stage this year that we were able to secure through our capital request, so we should have a nice, steady, stable area. We actually have one student group who is interested in stepping, that they're able to do that this year on the stage, because last year the stage was not sturdy enough for them to do that, so we're looking forward to that possibility. And once we start on Monday, we'll start setting up. It does take almost 48 hours to get everything completely set up and ready to go.
I know,
so Monday morning at 7 a.m. it starts.
Starts going.
Setting up, yes.
Oh,
And so
I
we're looking
remember
forward.
walking around, getting excited myself, taking part in the doubled up. We're not doing that this year.
No, Doubled Up won't happen this year. It was one of the really fantastic things that we did last year, and that's definitely something that I hope to encourage student groups to do again in the future. This year, since 94.5 is hosting the live broadcasts and those stunts are happening, I think that'll take the place of the Doubled Up as far as stage performance and also giving out prizes and getting things done, and some live interactive activity with the audience will happen there. So although we're going to be missing Doubled Up this year, I think it'll be nice that we're not going to compete for attention of the students.
Okay. So total, could you give me an estimate of a total of how many activities will be?
Well, there's over 100 already scheduled, and
Right,
so
like
those
you
are
said.
over 100 activities. Are you talking about more specific on different ones coming? We have one organization, the Interfraternity Council, that's doing a golfing long drive contest, and they're giving away gift certificates for people that win that with the wiffle balls, not real golf balls. Alpha Tau Omega is having a water slide, and I think it's a 20 by 75 foot water slide that'll be along the ground. As I mentioned, BSA will be doing their fashion show put to music during dinner, and it'll actually be a real runway style show, and it should be fantastic.
Is it just the Black Student Association participating? Is there other?
They're hosting it.
They're hosting it, and then are there other students that can get involved in that?
I'm sure that contacting BSA, they would be happy to have that, because there's always a need for additional models. So if you want a model, you can go contact BSA, and I'm sure that there's a spot. In addition to the things during dinner and the Marriott and the barbecue and that, our stage performances, we have Miss SAU performing. Natalie Cantley was just crowned Miss SAU, and she will be performing. In addition, the Jazz Ensemble will be starting it up. Encore will be doing their great show again this year. We also have Herod Hall, which is putting on a talent competition, so anyone can come out and grab the mic and go up and do that, and they're giving out certificates for that. We have a giant inflatable boxing ring, and so with the giant inflatable gloves, so there's no hurting, but a very large ring there. We have human bowling, and I'm just going to leave it at that, and you'll be surprised when you get up there. The art department has come out for an art show in addition to their clay and the throwing the clay and making pots. In addition to that, we have the voting for Student Government Association, and it's the opportunity for students to come out and cast their ballots for a candidate for next year's student government.
I know this was a problem last year. Have you made changes, or has SGA made any changes to prevent some things that had happened last year as far as the voting, swaying in the voting goes?
The things that you're referring to as a fall semester during the freshman elections, yes, they have. They've really been conscientious. We've secured a tent so it can be a specific voting area, very visible. Last year at Spring Fling, people weren't sure where it was because it was not as visible, so a tent has been secured, so you'll be able to see that. In addition, all the people that are on the voting staff, the voting booth staff, will be trained, and rules will be posted, and they're very specific, and that will be ready and to go, so there should be no problem there. Voting is also done on 2 days, so last year comments were made that some students don't have Tuesday, Thursday classes, and therefore they couldn't vote or did not have that accessible. We're going to start voting on Monday, April 13th, and then complete it on Tuesday, the 14th.
You think also that maybe it's a possibility in the future that you could set up different areas for them to vote, not just one particular area, because some students only circulate in one area and they stay there all day. And I can vouch for that, just being around, just seeing students standing by their booths and their booths only. So do you think that maybe post in other areas for the students to vote would be a helpful
That was
incentive?
exactly the comment from the students that we received. So at the last meeting, the Student Government Association decided that they would hold elections in front of Harton on Monday and in front of the business, or in between the business and the Wharton Nursing Building. So you'll have 2 locations to vote, again, to get the students that are not right in the middle of campus. And then on the Tuesday during Spring Fling, it will be in the middle of Spring Fling. But that is exactly the comments, and they have responded to that and provided additional locations.
Oh, I'm happy about that.
Well, good.
That sounds good.
They'll be glad to hear
Sounds
that.
real good. Do you have any other last comments that you'd like to make about Spring Fling?
Well, we're looking forward to students participating. There's still room for organizations, university departments, or faculty staff to come out and participate. And there's still room for our community members to come out and reserve spots.
Is there any prominent community members that we can be looking forward to see that you
Well,
can tell us about?
No, I'm going to leave that
See, I'm
one
trying to reel this out of you.
Well, I really think that everyone in the community, it's a wonderful opportunity for them to get a new customer base, and so anybody that comes out, we're really excited to have them. The banks are always good at coming out, and so are some of the other pizza and restaurant locations, so we're looking forward to that.
Okay. I know that a lot of students are excited. Like I said, all I've been hearing today is about 94.5 and how they've heard about the ads. Did that cost you, or not you, excuse me, the school money to have them advertise? And how long have they been advertising for Spring Fling for Southern Arkansas University?
The idea to bring them came from the Collegiate FFA Club, and they negotiated the price for $650 to pay $94.5 to do a live remote. In addition to that money, they were able to give us 10 previous spots. Those are the ads you've been hearing, and then the live remote activities once they get here. That money is from the Collegiate FFA, and $200 is from Impact, so $450 from Collegiate FFA. No university funds were used for that.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited about this happening, and I hope all the students are too. I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm looking forward to seeing a successful Spring Fling, and hopefully from here on out it will just get better and better for you as long as you're here with us at Southern Arkansas University. I want to thank you again for joining us, and don't forget that Spring Fling will be held on Tuesday, April 14th. That's next week, and it'll be from noon to 7, and we hope to see you all there. This has been an SAU Report. I'm Kerry Bubien.
The SAU Report is a production of broadcast journalism students in the Department of Theater and Mass Communication at Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia.